Which do you choose?
Although Grogu's decision to choose beskar armor over Yoda's lightsaber may appear straightforward, it's actually a pivotal moment that sets him on a path towards not only becoming a Mandalorian, but also wielding the legendary Darksaber. By opting for the Mandalorian way of life, Grogu is taking control of his own destiny and charting a course towards a future he deems worth fighting for. This decision may seem easy for Grogu to make. The beskar armor is a gift from his surrogate father Din Djarin after all. Surely this would mean more to him than just another lightsaber, right? Wrong. Instead, Grogu is in conflict. He has the Force within. He has trained with Jedi before. He has been under their protection and witnessed their loss. And he very well could be a descendant of the Grand Master himself. Grogu knows exactly what is on offer, but he still chooses the armor. Grogu is not choosing Din Djarin over Luke Skywalker. No, not completely. Grogu is rejecting the life of a Jedi consular. You see, being a consular means Grogu would seek out peace and harmony across the galaxy, refraining from drawing his lightsaber except as a measure of last resort. But from Grogu's position, what has this led to? Through his experiences with the Mandalorian, Grogu has come to appreciate the concept of pragmatism, which is a fundamental belief within the Mandalorian religion. At its core, pragmatism suggests that beliefs should be evaluated based on their practical outcomes rather than abstract principles. In other words, you see what you get. Grogu has witnessed firsthand the pain and turmoil that the Jedi Order have faced, and he recognizes the power of the Mandalorian's practical approach to problem solving. By embracing this way of thinking, Grogu is setting himself on a path that prioritizes tangible results over a rigid ideology. With Grogu being left without a mentor, there is no one more suitable to guide him than Din Djarin. Although he may not be well versed in teaching the foundling the way of the Force, he can certainly educate him on the path of a Mandalorian.
A Mandalorian has to understand maps and know their way around. That way, you'll never be lost.
And as Grogu doesn't have a lightsaber, what better way for him to finally wield one than by using the legendary Darksaber? You see, in Mandalorian custom, it had been repeatedly established that you should only obtain the Darksaber by defeating the previous owner in combat. Otherwise, the claim should be considered illegitimate. But this fails to cover the whole backstory. The Darksaber also has a long history of being passed down from generation to generation. It very well could be considered legitimate by the way of Mandalore for Din Djarin to pass on the Darksaber to Grogu, given that the young Jedi is technically his adoptive son. What's more, the Mandalorian TV series seems to be heading in the direction of Grogu getting his hands on an appropriately sized lightsaber. For now, let's set aside the foreshadowing of a Mandalorian Jedi reuniting all of Mandalore. Instead, let's explore the power of wielding such a weapon. The Book of Boba Fett revealed to us that the Darksaber can feel, well, heavy if the wielder's emotions are not under control. Similar to other lightsabers, this weapon draws its power from the emotions of its wielder. And while it has never explicitly been stated, one could argue that the Darksaber can also sense if someone deems themselves worthy of ruling Mandalore. Think Thor and his hammer, but instead of being able to lift Mjolnir, you can wield the Darksaber without it being heavy. Anyways, Din clearly has problems getting it up, and I suspect it's partly because he does not deem himself worthy. Even after successfully defeating the previous owner in combat, he still offers it to Bo-Katan without as much as a second thought. Din does not care about becoming the Mandalore, as he does not think he should be the one to reunite his people. Grogu, on the other hand, fits the description perfectly. Grogu is a Jedi Mandalorian in training. He will grow to the right size to wield a weapon of this type. He has a strong connection to the Force, and is learning the way from Din Djarin.
It's like, I was made for this.
And what's more, the Darksaber was forged by a Mandalorian Jedi after all, so maybe, just maybe, the right person to wield it should also inhibit both of these traits. But customs, didn't Grogu decide to follow a different journey than continuing on the path of becoming a Jedi? Although true, Luke Skywalker has also made a very similar choice to not continue his Jedi training, and we all know how that turned out. I don't fully expect Grogu to wield the Darksaber in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, maybe for a short scene or two to foreshadow the potential future, but I do fully expect Grogu to one day wield the Darksaber and reunite all of Mandalore. If you enjoyed this theory on why Grogu chose the right path in following the way of the Mandalore and what the future holds for Grogu, be sure to check out my channel for more theories. More Mandalorian coming soon. See you next time.
Mandalore is not cursed, forever forged in my heart.